Have you seen this chart right here? Bitcoin is about to do something for the first time since the 2015 explosion. We're going to talk about what that thing is and what we think is about to happen next for Bitcoin. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve, and on this channel, we do it different. When they go left, we go right, and we base it all on the facts in the charts. Hit that subscribe button. We're jumping straight in. We're on the weekly chart, and this is the CM Super Guppy. The Super Guppy has a few distinct colors, which we'll get to in a moment, but a lot of EMAs, a lot of different moving averages, right? We have colors of green, we have colors of white, and we have colors of red and orange. The green is really good, right? The green mixed with that top blue color, that's the bull market. The white is when we start to flip to having trouble, and the red is the bear market, right? The red is when things get really tough, really bad, it will turn to red. Okay, case in point, 2015. Now, the white coming out of the red means that we're back in this kind of in-between stage, and that's where the market is at this moment. But when we look at the fractal patterns and we look at the geometric shapes and what's happening inside of Bitcoin, it becomes abundantly clear that the fractal patterns of 2015 are repeating. We've been covering it now for more than 6 months, and they've repeated for all these 6 months. If you look at the Super Guppy, you can see that this white period here was about 180-ish days back in 2015, which means once we ended our bull, we came into this white, we stayed in this white phase for about 180 days. Now, in 2023, we did the same thing. Once we switched from green to white, we were in this white phase for about 180 days. Well, what happened after that? Well, we turned to the red. Remember, the red is really bad. The red is the bottom of the market. We stayed in the red for about 225 days back in 2015. This period right here, about 225 days. Well, we did the same thing in 2023, about 225 days of red. Now keep in mind, when we switched, you can see how that red color ended here. The red color ended when the market was already above the red, meaning we had that largest rally of the bear that literally pulled us out of the bear into the bull, into phase one of the bull back in 2015. 2023, no different. We had the bottom of the market here. We had the largest rally of that bear that literally pulled us out. And as soon as we flipped to white, the market was already above the color. Now, this is where things get interesting because this is what's about to happen next. We haven't done this type of movement since 2015. And we all know what happened afterwards. I mean, it was an explosion. But it was slow, it was methodical, and there are specific things we have to look for in the charts that happen next. For example, one thing that we can note from 2015 of studying this red area, switching to white, we know that all of our moving averages were twisting and reversing and trying to get caught up. Let's look at present day. Present day, all of our moving averages are twisting and turning and trying to get caught up. The market is a little bit on its head right now, just like it was here. What we can also note is that during this white period before it turned to green, and we'll talk about what happens when it turns to green here in a moment, but during this white period, what we can say is that Bitcoin held support at the top half of the white lines. Now, we can say so far during this white period, we've done the exact same thing. Now, you may ask, well, how long is this white period? Well, if we look at the past, it was about 77 days. Where are we so far? We are at 42 days. So if it acted as normally as the previous cycle, that 77-ish days is kind of the middle of June. The middle of June could potentially flip green, which we all know green means really good stuff coming. We'll get to that in a moment. But in the meantime, for the next 30-ish days, we want Bitcoin to continue to hold support on the white lines and a worst case scenario kind of come down to the middle of these white lines, which is, roughly 25-ish K. So we want this next, 30-ish days to hold above 25K. which sounds doable, and that would be par for the course based on the fractal patterns of 2015, which we've been repeating so far. But then the magic happens. Then we switch to green and all hell breaks loose. All right. So what we can see when we study the 2015 fractal pattern, when we switched from white to green, keep in mind, we've been following these fractal patterns ever since, right? We had similar amount of white days, similar amount of red days. We had a similar amount of market structure, a similar pull out of the bear into the bull with the largest rally, and then holding support on the white after we flipped from red to white. All of those things have been identical to the fractal patterns of 2015. Now, if we switch to green in, the second half of June, what's entail? Well, what we know is that we had this period of the bull cycle in phase one where this was technically the second half of this quiet period. Bitcoin made its high price here and then halfway through switched to green, and then it spent the second half battling that level, and it didn't make a higher high until this candle right here, which is well into the green. And if we look at that, it tells us a different story for Bitcoin, because we know once we switch to green, all hell breaks loose, the market goes crazy, but it's in stages, it's in steps. And what we can see just based on the evidence in front of us is that this was a very long, quiet period for Bitcoin, building intense market structure for the foreseeable future of the bull run. And we know that we held support at the top half of these moving averages literally the whole time, except this wick right here, right? Through the whole bull cycle, we're really holding support at the top half. And this one singular candle is the only outlier. Outside of that, you want to see the bull cycle hold. So where we're at right now with Bitcoin is, about that 25K upwards. You look at the top moving average is way up here at 28, and you can see they're all flipping, reversing. They're starting to get their proper positioning. If Bitcoin's going to follow the same structure, second part of June, turn to green, and then we could have, back here in 2015, it was about 126 days since then. And if we look at when switched to white to next high, 203 days. This is a little bit scary, because if we switch to white and go about 203 days, we're looking at the whole period of white and the whole period until we reach a new high, a new market cycle high. You're looking at October of later this year. Now, who knows what's going to happen with Bitcoin? Nobody knows. But what we can do is just base things on facts. And it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to go all the way until October without reaching, into the 40K area. Maybe that comes October, November, December, getting up to a maximum of 48. But keep in mind that it could be a slow, methodical period of this phase one of the bull, building healthy market structure. We need to continue to follow this chart, but I do want to give some information at the end of this video as well. If you like my channel, or if you love my channel, you've been watching for, a couple days or a couple years, I have something very important to share at the end of the video. Before that, I want you to write in the comments what you think is going to happen. Do you think we're going to still follow the fractal patterns of 2015? Do you think something's going to change? If so, what do you think is going to change? Now, as I mentioned, I had something to share with you. I just want to say that on this channel, one of the things I'm most proud of over anything is how much we've helped people on this channel. We help people stay level-headed. We help people in the bear market. We help people in the bull market. We look at these larger cycles. And I would say a really close second is what I've been able to do with this company. And we haven't had any paid ads on our channel. This is our 6th year on YouTube. We've had no paid ads, and we've taken no sponsorship money. I've decided from that early time 6 years ago that I'm going to build my own company and promote my own stuff and not rely on all the other companies in the world to pay me astronomical amounts of money to promote their crap to you, basically to lie to you, to say, oh yeah, you should use this, and oh, this is a good website, and referral link down below. I think it's every YouTuber I watch, not in the crypto space, just on planet Earth, has sponsored ads. All of them, even ones that built their own platform and own company, they're still taking paid ads. They're still taking sponsorship deals to promote crap to their audience. I just don't agree with it. It's not who I am. And nothing against, I don't know on YouTube for crypto. I don't watch anybody on crypto, but I would venture to guess that pretty much all of them have affiliate links down below. They take sponsorship deals. We don't promote leverage trading. We don't have any dirty links down below. Everything that's down below I built with my two hands, and it's ours. It's my company, and there's nothing anybody can say. So I'm so proud of that, and thank you for your support. While I once in a while promote stuff that I actually built that actually changes lives, you support it. And I think that broader scope, think about anyone who you watch on YouTube, way outside the crypto space, just any human you watch, even the big ones, they all are taking sponsored money, all of them. And it's crazy. And I'm so proud that we've never have and we never will. And I was able to build a company on my own, and we were able to promote our own stuff and build our own stuff and really help to change lives. We're really focused on changing lives, and nobody's getting in the way. Nobody's saying, hey, Steve, you have to promote this amount of times, and you have to say this, and you have to say it in this way, and you have to try to convince your audience that you use this product when you really don't. That, no, we're not involved in any of that crap. And no offense to anybody who is, it's just not my cup of tea. But I'm so proud of the channel that we've built, and how pure it is, and how much we focus on the facts, and how much we focus on changing lives. I think it's so special. It's really so special in the world that we live in today to stay clean of all of the dirty money out there. There's just so much dirty money in crypto. And that's why you trust our channel, plain and simple. And that's why, once a quarter, we have a sale on our stuff. And that's why you support me during that sale. Because hey, Steve only has 4 sales per year. Yes, he promotes his courses or whatever else. But I know those things change lives. And I know that he's the cleanest person. He's not taking dirty money. He has his own company that promotes his own stuff. So thank you for your support. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.